Hi, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome. Don't mind my hair, I have no idea what's going on with it today. But, we are going to be watching the promo for next week's episode of Riverdale. Oh my god, I'm like alfalfa. My hair. It's because I after I washed my hair, I didn't blow dry it, so it just so dried. So, just ignore. There we go. There. Got some juice. It's passion fruit. Oh my god. This is gonna bother me, guys. Okay. We're just going to ignore. There. I wet it down and then brushed it. So, let's get right into the video. So this is chapter 91, The Return of the Pussycats, and it's the 15th episode of the season, as well as the 91st episode of the series. Robin Givens directs the episode. After going MIA during the middle of her world tour, megastar Josie McCoy returns to Riverdale unexpectedly. But it's not until she reunites with her former bandmates Valerie and Melody that she opens up about the real reason why she's back. Elsewhere, Veronica gets creative after a surprise visit from her old friend Alexandra Cabot. Finally, Tony steps in to help Tabitha and Veronica land a deal. So this episode marks the return of Josie and the Pussycats. They were last seen in chapter 24, The Wrestler, in Riverdale, and chapter 13, Come Together, in Katie Keene. The Wrestler, I believe, is from season 2, if I'm not mistaken. And also, even though that's when they were last seen, because I believe that was the last appearance of Valerie and Melody, I could be wrong. I'm not actually sure. Oh, but it says the return of Josie and the Pussycats. So actually, I think Valerie and Melody stayed around and were last seen in season 3. Not really sure, but Josie, of course, she was last seen in Memoriam. But they were in Katie Keene. That was the last episode of Katie Keene. And I guess they ended up going on tour, or Josie went on tour. What else do I want to say? Another thing that makes little to no sense is that Veronica would have been in New York when Josie was there. Because Katie Keene takes place 5 years after the graduation episode. And this takes place 7 years. So it's been 2 years. So Veronica would have been living in New York at that time. So Robin Givens is actually Sarah McCoy, who is Josie's mother. And this is the first episode that Ashley Murray is credited as guest star. She last portrayed Josie in chapter 58 in Memoriam, billed as starring. She was last seen in the series finale of Katie Keene. Now, Katie Keene, of course, was canceled after one season, so Josie could come back. It's a total possibility that Josie will come back. And then we got some stills. So it looks like Josie and her mother, they're working pops. Tony's also in this episode, I think. Did I read that? Yeah. Which is weird. Like, did Tony have her baby already? Because Vanessa Morgan did have her baby in real life. And Tony was mentioned in the last episode as still being on maternity leave type dealio. Yeah, these two look like they haven't aged a day. Even though it's been a while since we saw them. But let's get into the promo.
Look who's visiting. I knew it was you. Josie and the Pussycats reunited.
I just thought I could disappear here. Sweet pea, we're gonna help you and the gang save Riverdale.
So, let's break it down.
Look who's visiting.
So, he is talking to Mr. Weatherby. and showing us Recipe that Josie is here.
I knew it was you.
And they're connecting. If you don't remember, Archie and Josie actually dated, which I find super, super weird, especially going and rewatching it, because their relationship was like 2 episodes and it ended abruptly, and I think it was season 3 where they dated. It was during the time when he was broken up from Veronica, and I believe Betty and Jed were broken up. I'm not really sure. I can't remember. But it was during that time. I think it was after Archie came back from jail. It was after Jarchie. I guess that's their couple name. But it was after Archie. Get me wrong. If you can get me wrong, I have no idea if this is true. They kind of just all mushed together. They dated after Archie came back from being in jail, and after he was on the run from Hiram. And Veronica and him went on together because he broke up with Veronica before he left town. And she ended up sleeping with Reggie, which was also a short-lived, kind of weird relationship. But I think that's when Archie and Josie started dating. But they seem to be friends.
Josie and the Pussycats reunite.
And look, we have them reunited. I hope, because we see how Josie comes back. I mean, of course, she and Kevin are step-siblings, and her mom still lives in Riverdale, and so does her stepdad and her stepbrother. All still live in Riverdale. So, like, we know how she is going to be able to come back. But these 2 girls we have not seen. They were not in season 4 at all. Like, we didn't see them at graduation. So, people were like, did they graduate? Because if you go to the Wikia page, for a long time, they were listed as still students of Riverdale. Because people were like, well, they weren't on graduation, but they were in the same grade as the others, so they would have graduated. They were just not shown at graduation. So I hope I hope them coming back is like a good, like, why do they come back? But they look the same. I mean, Valerie looks a little older, but she looks the same.
I just thought I could.
So I don't know what this is, but we see it's a picture of Josie and some music.
Disappear.
Oh, she's talking to her mom. Let me go back. What did she say?
I knew it was you. Josie and the Pussycats reunited.
I just thought I could disappear here.
Oh, she comes back to Riverdale because she wants to disappear. I'm guessing her career in the music industry is not everything she dreamed of, and she probably just wishes for a more simpler time. Okay, so we do get a performance by Josie and the Pussycats again. So maybe after this episode, because we have a tour bus, because if you guys don't know, in the original Archie comics, Josie and the Pussycats were a worldwide band, as opposed to in Riverdale, they're just famous within the halls of Riverdale High, and they're not really famous elsewhere. But in the original Archie comics, they were. They went on tours all the time. So it looks like this might be Josie's tour bus, because if I'm not mistaken, she tried to get a new Josie and the Pussycats band. And what it seems like is that Valerie and Melody didn't tour with her. So what I'm thinking is that they were going to decide to tour with her. And this is going to be their tour bus, because it looks like it's leopard print.
Sweet pea.
This is the scene I am the most excited for. Because I was watching the episode last night. I was like, Sweet Pea was in, like, the the first flash forward episode, and then I don't think he appeared again. And I'm like, where did he go? Because I like Sweet Pea. And I was so in love with this couple. And they never revisited it. It was like they had a summer fling before their senior year. And we saw that in the episode Archie went to jail. And I think it was that episode. No, Archie was in jail in season 2. Guys, what episode did Archie go to jail in? I think I'm mixing my seasons up. No, he went to jail in season 3. And his dad died in season 4. Okay, so I'm mixing those two up. So we do see their relationship before in the first episode of season 3, and he wants to make it official, but Josie's like, our summer fling is over. And I am so excited for this. I really hope they become Endgame. I also want to find out what is Sweet Pea's real name. I was hoping in the graduation episode we would find out, like they would call him up on stage, because of course they're going to call you up by your real name. But no, we didn't actually hear anybody get called up. I was so excited to finally learn what is his first name and what is his last name. But yeah, so I am shipping this couple because, I mean, in Katie Keene, she had a relationship with Alexander, but I think they broke up by the end of the series. And Sweet Pea has never been with anybody other than Josie. And then, of course, when Tony tried to sleep with him after Cheryl, or after she broke up with Cheryl. Very weird.
We're gonna help you and the gangs
Oh, it seems like they're gonna help the gang.
save Riverdale.
They're gonna save Riverdale. I mean, at this point, Josie is a mega pop star because she has left her tour. And I really hope she ends up touring with these 2 girls. So I really hope by the end of season 5, they will have fixed Riverdale. And I don't know what they're going to do for season 6, but we're almost done with season 5. But there's always a new mystery, or new storyline. So the storyline of this season is to fix Riverdale. And the 2 killers, the trash bag killer and then the Lonely Highway killer who died in the last episode. So I hope they're able to fix it. I really want Josie's mom to become mayor again because I think she will do a great job of making the town a better place. And that's it. So, I'm actually really excited for this episode. Last episode was really good. We're getting to the end of the season, and I hope Josie and the Pussycats stay for a couple episodes, and it's not just a one-off thing. And I'm excited for Josie and Sweet Pea. Like, that is a relationship that I'm so for. And for them to help save the town, which if they do save the town in this season, what's going to be this storyline for the next season? The show was renewed for a 6th season, and if I'm not mistaken, I think they were also renewed for a 7th season. But yeah, I just hope that whenever they do decide to end the show, I mean, of course they're not going to just end the show because the show is still so popular. Even people who don't really like Riverdale anymore, who have been watching it since the beginning, claim that they still watch it just to see the craziness that happens. But it is still such a widely popular show that people like, that people tolerate. So I think the only way that it's going to end is if they decide that they don't want to do it anymore. And I mean, especially for the core 4, I think it's really up to them, like, if they want to stop doing it or what. But that's it for this video. So I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you did, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and then hit the notification bell so that you always get notified when I post a new video. Bye.